on the trick, the way it works is you're going to ask yourself a question when you come across a property. Oh, sorry. I haven't had it. Make sure it's not dead. Here you go. Okay, so I want to train you how to use this trick. You know, we've got a pretty good list of physical properties. We've got a short list of chemical properties, but they're the most common ones you'll see. However, pretty good chance on TCAP, they're going to give you a property like, oh, we've never even talked about that. You don't have to worry. If you use the trick, you'll still be able to figure it out. Now, here's the way the trick works. The first thing is a question. You're going to ask yourself a question, and depending on the answer, that'll let you know whether it's physical or chemical. And the other part of the trick is just a word, one word. So, and I'm having to make this flip chart as I go because the pen's not working. Let me get a bigger size font and make it bold. And let's do it in orange. This is orange group. Huh? We're not talking about that right now. We're not. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that another day. So we're in the middle of a lesson right now. Okay, so here's the first part of the trick. The first part we said is question. So here, the first thing is ask yourself a question. The question is, do I have to change the matter to observe or measure that property? Oops. If the answer to that question is yes, then it's a chemical property. If the answer to the question is no, it's a physical property. Signal me when you're completely caught up with me. One, two, three, four. Thank you. 5, 6. Small bounces. 7. You can bounce, but just don't be large ones. 8. 9, 10. Tie. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How is that desk height with that seat? Is that better than it was just? Do you? waiting on just yet. Okay, now, so the first part is when you have the property, like, I don't know, mass. You ask yourself, do I have to change the matter to observe its mass or to measure its mass? What's the answer to that question? If I want to find the mass of this, or measure its mass, do I have to change it to do that? Yes or no? No. What do I need to do that? Just put it on a balance. Put it on, oh, there's the mass. Write it down. Has this been changed? No. So that means mass is a physical property. But we also said this is flammable. If I wanted to observe its flammability, see it in action, if I wanted to measure just how flammable it is, like does it go up in flames in 5 minutes or 2 minutes, if I want to see how much heat comes off of it, what do I need to do? Raven. Yeah, I'd have to catch it on fire, wouldn't I? Once I've done that, oh, I've seen its flammability, I've measured it. Katie, look like you're with me. Will this be changed afterwards? Yeah. Some of the elements, the atoms in it, will be in the air. Some will be in the ashes, but they will be rearranged in a different formation. It won't even be made out of the same stuff. So that, since I do have to change the matter to see that it's flammable, flammability is a chemical property. Now, here's the second part of the trick. Super easy. It's one word. Anytime you see this word in a question, it's always chemical. No matter what. If they say, oh, this word, then you know they're talking about a chemical property. And the word is react. Anytime you see the word react, it's always a chemical property. Oops. I'll make that font. So if the question said, oh, the oxygen reacted with the sodium, then you know automatically it's a chemical property. Now, let me show you one other thing that will help you. Most kids easily remember the word react, but sometimes they forget that react means chemical. But if you look at the word react and think of the word chemical and physical, the first letters of each of those words. Chemical starts with a C, physical starts with a P. Do you see what can help you keep it straight? Somebody tell us, how can you keep it straight that react means chemical, not physical? Dakota. Jenna. Now listen to I'm giving you a huge hint. I'm practically saying it for you. Some kids can't remember if react's supposed to mean chemical or physical. They remember the word react. But think about the first letter of the word chemical and the first letter of the word physical. If you think about the first letter of each of those words, you might can think of a trick that would help you remember that react means chemical, not physical. Look at the word react. Can you think of a trick that would help you remember that react means chemical, not physical? I don't know how to give you any bigger hint than what I'm giving you. The word chemical starts with a C. The word physical starts with a P. Look at the word react. We want to help ourselves remember that react means the word chemical, not the word physical. Zoe.
React, you can take the C and remember it means chemical because at the beginning, chemical is a C. So react, you get like
chemical. Thank you. Yes, thank you. The word physical starts with what letter? P. Is the letter P in the word react? No. The word chemical starts with what? C. Is the letter C in the word react? Yes, so that will help you keep it straight that react means it's a chemical. And anytime you see the word react, it's a chemical property. So far, so good? Now, what I wanted to do is give you some experience using this trick. So I want to see if you can actually use the trick. So number 1 through 6, and I do want you to look back in your notes, use the trick, use anything you've written down. So one of the things I have seen on TCAP is that they will they'll have a sentence or they'll talk about something, they'll say, oh, is this a physical property or chemical property? And you have to use the trick to figure it out. Some of these are tricky. Look at this first one. This one's not tricky, I don't think. Number 1 says the mass of the book is 720 grams. Put P if you think that's a physical property. C if you think it's chemical. Keep it covered. Don't let anybody see. You don't have to stick around. I'll just look around since it's pretty quick. If I want to find the mass of the book, do I need to change it? You can, but I want to go fast, so P and C would be quicker. But you can write it out, but just write really fast. What did you put on that one? Is it physical or is that chemical? Gabe? Yes, it is. First of all, it's one of our physical properties on the list, right? But if you want to measure the mass, just throw it on a balance. That's not going to change the matter. Let's go to the second one. Use your trick. Some metals rust. I'm going to use a regular pencil if you keep taking that apart. You're slowing me down. Some metals rust. Is that physical or chemical? Think about our list. If the metal rusts, does it change the metal? What did you put on that one? Gentry. Yes, it is chemical. It's on our list of chemical properties. And if the metal rusts, some of that metal combined with the oxygen and water in the atmosphere to make the rust. So it changes it. Some of the metal is now combined with those other materials and it's not part of the original metal. Here's the next one. Oh, Miss Ewing, you are so mean. Chlorine is a gas at room temperature. Is that physical or is that chemical? What property is that referring to? Write down your answer, cover it up. I'll call somebody in just a second. I'm not going to do hands. I'm just going to wherever I feel led to call, just call somebody. Keep your work covered, please. Some of you are like making a easy target. What did you put for that one? Is chlorine is a gas at room temperature. Is that physical or chemical? Kylie. So if you want to see if something's what state it is, it's a gas, solid, liquid, gas, you have to change it to see what state it is? No. Gas means it's what state it is, right? That's on our physical properties list. So is this solid, liquid, or gas? Solid. Did I change the matter to see that it was a solid? Nope. So that's not chemical, it's physical, yes. Here's the next one. I'm going to try to trick you again. You better be on it. Conductivity. Whether or not something's a conductor. Is that physical or chemical? If you wanted to test its conductivity, to measure it, do you have to change the matter to find out if something's a conductor or not? Don't raise hands. We're not raising hands. I'm just looking around the room, seeing who my next target, my next victim is. Physical or is it chemical? Drake. That's right. Yes, it's physical. If I throw this in a circuit to see if it's a conductor, it's not. Did it change it? Is it made out of something different now? No, it's the same. I gotta get tougher with you kids. Coming for you. Here's the next one. She was like out of her worst nightmares. Oh, looky here. Gasoline is highly flammable. Flammable. Is that physical or chemical? If I wanted to see the gasoline's flammability in action, I would have to change it. Brittany. She's right, it is chemical. Of course, that was on our list, wasn't it? Because remember, if we want to see something catch on fire, we have to catch it on fire. And then once we do that, it's going to be changed forever, right? Here's the last one. I hope you're ready. Copper tarnishes easily. Devin's like, is that all you got, Miss Ewing? No, that's not all I got. Okay. Is that physical or chemical? Think about our lists. Think about the trick. If copper tarnishes, if I want to see that it can tarnish, does that change the copper? Neela. It is chemical. I gotta get tougher on you kids. I'm being too soft on you. I can tell right now. Now, notice that as we work through these, I was thinking out loud for you. I was saying to myself, do I have to change the matter to see that property? Did you notice me doing that? That's what I want you to do inside your head when you do these next ones. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to give you some more. This time I want to score them. So turn now to the TCAP practice section. And this time number 1 through 7. This one's going to be for a grade. What you're going to do is just put P if it's physical, C if it's chemical. Remember the trick that if you have to change the matter to see that property or measure that property, it's chemical. If you can see that property or measure it without having to change it, that's a physical property. And then anytime you see the word react, it's always what? Chemical. Here's the first one. Some elements are highly reactive. If you get it wrong, it's not on me. Put P or C, please. Keep it covered. You should not be talking to anyone. We're doing something for a grade. I know you weren't doing anything dishonest, but it looks suspicious, doesn't it? Don't talk to anyone. Don't whisper to anyone. Here we go. Number 2. Density. Is that a physical property or a chemical property? Do you have to change the matter to measure its density? P or C. Number 3. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, I'm going to get somebody on this one. Keep it covered. The ice melted. Is that physical or chemical? Is it made out of the same thing? Did we change the matter itself? Is it made out of something new when we're done? Number 4. Texture. Is that a physical property or chemical? Can you observe the texture without having to change the matter? Number 5. You cannot look back at your nose. Okay. Okay. Don't worry, we'll fix it later. Number 5, flammability. Is that a physical property or chemical property? Number 6, Sodium reacts in water. Sodium reacts in water. Remember we put the sodium in the water in that video and it spun around and we saw the gas forming and then it caught on fire? Sodium, is that a chemical property or a physical property? And here's our last one. And this is the hardest one of all. Oh my. Just when you thought I was being too easy on you. Sugar dissolves in water. Is that physical or is that chemical? Did it change what it's made out of? Can you get it back the way it used to be? Put P or C. That's okay, but the instructions were P or C. Now, signal me when you're ready, when you're completely done. Oh, hot stuff, huh? Okay, hands down. Okay, go back to your seat, exchange with someone near you, pull out your grading pen. She's not near you. Yeah, turn around. Devin's the only one you. Oh, she's, yeah. No, not with black. That's our rule.